It's very interesting, you know, this. I don't know अगर आप लोगों ने गुरुदेव को सुना है फेलियर और सक्सेस पे बात करते हुए. There are गुरुदेव के काफी वीडियोस हैं. As a homework after today's session, I would strongly recommend कि आप गुरुदेव just search on YouTube गुरुदेव श्री श्री रविशंकर failure success. Such beautiful insights गुरुदेव has given. मतलब वो सुन के ऐसे लगता है कितना स्टूपिड था मेरा ऐसा बस लो रहना, दुखी रहना. How many of you either read or watch, either read Gurudev's talks or watch his videos daily? Type D in the chat. Daily basis पे आप कुछ तो उनके 2 लाइन तो पढ़ते हो एटलीस्ट, या 1-2 मिनट का तो वीडियो उनका देखते हो. तो टाइप डी इन द चैट. How many of you do it once in a week? Type W in the chat. Weekly. And how many of you do it maybe once in a month? Type M. And how many of you don't do at all? Type no. डेली करते हैं तो डी लिखो, वीकली तो डब्ल्यू लिखो, मंथली करते हैं तो एम लिखो, और बिल्कुल भी नहीं पढ़ते, ना कोई टॉक उनका सुनते हो, ना वीडियो देखते हो, ना, तो फिर नो लिखो. So we have majority daily people now. So that's great. Okay, I found one no. Khemaraj, you please start. There are a lot of Gurudev's Shri Ravi Shankar Ji's talks available on YouTube. Just start. 1 minute is also enough. Like Swami Vivekananda said, na. Just one line from the Gita. One line from the Gita, if you live in your life, it's much more than mugging up the entire Bhagavad Gita. At least 5 days a week. Okay. Reading books regularly. Yeah, how can we miss it? It took lifetimes to get a master. So true. Yeah. You watch all able teacher talks, including myself. Okay, thanks, Sujata. Top priority, give to Gurudev's talks. Okay, great. Now, you answered that question, ki, how did you feel when you had a big failure in your life? And now just remember some failure of your life, बहुत सालों पहले का, maybe 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 10 years ago, बहुत पहले का कोई failure आप याद करो. And उसको याद करके, if you can laugh over it, type laugh in the chat. मे बी तभी वो बहुत बड़ा हादसा था आपके जीवन का, बट अभी उसको याद करके अगर आप हंस पा रहे हो उसके ऊपर, तो प्लीज टाइप लाफ इन द चैट. Okay, great. So many of you are able to laugh on it, right? But it was the last day of yeah. Still hurts. Okay. Now, those of you for whom it is still a regret, वो failure को याद करके अभी भी ऐसे लगता है, I still regret, you know, type R in the chat. If there is still a regret about it, type R in the chat. Okay, so many of you were able to laugh on it. So many of you are still regretting about it. So if you can laugh over it, it means two things. One of two things. Either you are shameless, बेशरम हो, या you have really moved on. And if you are still regretting about it, means you have not moved on yet. तो अभी भी चुभ रही है बात आपको. You are not yet moved on. Only an understanding of failure and success, both, will allow us to really move on. A deeper understanding is required. You know, the typical tendency of the mind is looking at things superficially. जो बाहरी एक दिखता है ना, उसके ऊपर से हम जजमेंट्स करते रहते हैं. लोगों को हम उसके कपड़ों से जज करते हैं, या जस्ट थोड़ा सा कुछ बोल दिया हम उसको जज कर लेते हैं, उसके शब्दों से, उसके कपड़ों से, उसके लुक्स के उससे हम लोगों को जज करते हैं. This doesn't require any intelligence. But intelligence is seeing beyond the superficial, seeing beyond the outward appearance. कोई इवेंट होता है लाइफ में, तो वो इवेंट हमसे इतना बड़ा हो जाता है कि हमारी लाइफ पूरी ऊपर नीचे हो जाती है उस इवेंट के वजह से. इवेंट बड़ा नहीं है. You are bigger than the events in your life. You are bigger than the events in your life. Now, let us look at it in this particular way. Suppose आपको जाना है ऋषिकेश DSN करने के लिए. April 14 to 17 you are having DSN ऋषिकेश. Suppose आप मुंबई के रहने वाले. Let us say मुंबई देहरादून डायरेक्ट फ्लाइट अभी नहीं मिल रही, सारी सीट्स बुक हो गई. Everybody is going for the DSN. और आपने रजिस्ट्रेशन करने के लिए लेट कर दिया है, तो आपको वाया दिल्ली फ्लाइट बुक करनी पड़ती है. तो दैट फ्लाइट स्टॉप्स एट दिल्ली फॉर सम टाइम. तो जब आपकी मुंबई फ्लाइट वाया दिल्ली जाके देहरादून जाने वाली है और दिल्ली में जब पहुंचती है, दिल्ली में लैंड करती है, तो इज इट अ फेलियर दैट योर फ्लाइट हैज स्टॉप्ड एट दिल्ली? इट्स नॉट अ फेलियर. It's just a stopover. You are on the way to Dehradun, you're on the way to Rishikesh. It's just a stopover. So failures for some people can be showstoppers, and failures for some people can be stopovers, not showstoppers. Ask yourself this, that मेरे लिए failure एक showstopper रहा कि मेरे लिए failure सिर्फ एक stopover था. आप थोड़ा सा गहराई में देखोगे तो आप रियलाइज करोगे कि ये फेलियर शो स्टॉपर नहीं था, ये स्टॉप ओवर था. और इसीलिए फेलियर को स्टेपिंग स्टोन टू सक्सेस कहा जाता है. Why is it called failure is a stepping stone to success? Because failure is not a showstopper, it's a stopover. Stopover means journey is in progress. कितने लोगों को ये बात क्लिक हो रही है? टाइप स्टॉप ओवर इन द चैट. कितने लोगों को ये स्टॉप ओवर की बात क्लिक हो रही है? एंड यू नाउ री-लुक एट योर पास्ट फेलियर, एंड इफ यू कैन रिलेट टू इट एज अ स्टॉप ओवर, प्लीज टाइप स्टॉप ओवर इन द चैट. Very nice. So this is the first thing we need to realize, that failure is not a showstopper, it's a stopover. So there is something which Vivek and me have planned, and we are going to show that to you. But before that, since I added, one thing, कि मेरे जीवन के जो failures है ना, वो कौन सी नकारात्मक चीजें मेरे जीवन से दूर लेके गए, वो मैं आपको पहले बताना चाहता हूँ. This is something very personal, and I felt like I should share this with you because I'm sure everybody will be able to relate to this. So, two major failures in my life I had. One was when I failed in my engineering, in my second year of engineering, and for the first time I had failed in my life. I was in my school days, I was quite good with academics. It was average, but when I would study, I would really be in the top 3. But then वही उतना फोकस कहीं और ही चले जाता रहता था. तो इंजीनियरिंग में आई फेल्ड, मतलब फेल मींस प्रॉपर फेल, ऐसे नहीं कि 1-2 सब्जेक्ट रह गए. फेल्ड, 1 साल घर पे बैठना पड़ा. So that was a big humiliation also. And my brother was only 1 year younger to me, and he was also in an engineering college. So now both of us came in the same year. So all the हमारे रिलेटिव्स इतने कभी-कभी इतना मंद बुद्धि जैसा व्यवहार करते हैं. जब वो कोई अंकल आते थे, कोई आंटी आती थी, तो पूछती थी, हाँ तू कौन से ईयर में बेटा? तो मैं सेकेंड ईयर में. अच्छा, फिर मेरे भाई को, तू कौन से ईयर में है? तो मैं भी सेकेंड ईयर में हूँ. लेकिन तू तो 1 साल बड़ा है ना, तो दोनों सेम क्लास में कैसे आ गए? अब कॉमन सेंस है कि मैं फेल हुआ, बट वो मुझसे बुलवाएंगे. तो मैं बोलना पड़ता था मुझे फिर, नहीं अंकल वो मैं फेल हुआ ना लास्ट ईयर. अच्छा तू फेल हो गया, अच्छा तुझे कितना मार्क्स मिला? मेरा भाई तो टॉपर ही था, राइट. मैं सेकंड आया, मैं थर्ड आया, मैं फर्स्ट आया. अच्छा तू फर्स्ट आया और ये फेल हो गया. नाउ you are not given any new information by making this statement. Everybody in the house knows it, but they will say it, they'll rub it in. So what happened because of that? What it took away from my life? It took away my arrogance. My failure took away my arrogance from me. And I tell you, it's a very big evil, arrogance. Arrogance makes you blind. Arrogance stops you from learning. Arrogance takes away your humility. Arrogance, gives you such vibes that people don't want to come near you. See, do you like to go near an arrogant person? नहीं अच्छा लगता ना. तो जब आप arrogant होते हो, nobody likes your company. So this is the first evil that went away from my life because of this failure. It took away my arrogance. My second major failure, I termed it as a failure. Afterwards, I realized it was not so. When my mother was suffering from cancer, and her cancer started spreading to different parts of her body, we tried several different kinds of treatments, and it was like a life-saving project. And in 6 months, the cancer spread to all the vital parts of the body, and she passed away. तो वो मेरे लिए एक बहुत बड़ा फेलियर रहा कि मैं अपनी माँ को एक अच्छी ट्रीटमेंट नहीं दे सका. But 2 things it took away. One was stress, and second was an illusory independence. हमें लगता है ना कि हम इंडिपेंडेंट हैं, हम ही कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं सब कुछ. हमारे डिसाइड करने से, हमारे एक्शन से हमारी लाइफ बनते जा रही है. There are certain things which are beyond our control. ये जो एक बीइंग इन कंट्रोल का भाव होता है ना, ये बहुत आपको थका देता है. I am in control, and then I want to be in control. This is an even dangerous thought. I want to be in control. In a relationship, both people, they want to be in control. whether it is husband, wife, whether it is parents want to control their children. Teachers want to control their students. Bosses want to control their employees. Employees want to control their boss. They think they're controlling their boss. This wanting to be in control, I tell you, it makes you so tired, so tired. And maybe one of the major causes of disease is this wanting to be in control. और हमें लगता है हम इंडिपेंडेंट हैं, हम बहुत कुछ अचीव कर सकते हैं, मुझे किसी की जरूरत नहीं है. ये इल्यूजरी इंडिपेंडेंस है, ये इल्यूजरी बीइंग इन कंट्रोल है. But that incident, I saw how the entire medical community, whether it was the greatest of allopathic doctors, oncologists, whether it was the Ayurveda specialists, whether it was the great homeopaths, naturopaths, magnetotherapy, wheatgrass juice therapy, carrot juice therapy, aromatherapy, Reiki, so many things. Nothing worked. Everything failed. तो एक जब ऐसा मेजर फेलियर आ जाता है ना, तो पता चलता है कि मैं कितना हेल्पलेस हूं और मैं कितना डिपेंडेंट हूं औरों के ऊपर, इस पूरी दुनिया के ऊपर, ब्लेसिंग्स के ऊपर. विदाउट द ब्लेसिंग नथिंग आई कैन डू. So 3 evils that got away from my life because of these major failures. One is arrogance, second is stress, and third is this stress, because when you think you are controlling, there is stress. And third, this illusory independence. ये अंधकार में है हम कि हम इंडिपेंडेंट हैं. There is nothing like independence. ये कपड़े जो आपने पहने हैं ना, अभी हजारों लोगों की जरूरत थी ये कपड़ा बनने के लिए. किसान से लेकर मैन्युफैक्चरर से लेकर होलसेलर, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, सेल्स पर्सन, दुकान वाला, यू आर अटरली डिपेंडेंट. ये अभी हम जूम पे हैं, जूम जिसने बनाया उस पर डिपेंडेंट है हम बात करने के लिए. आप डिसाइड करके सेशन में नहीं आ सकते. यू आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन जूम. जूम इस क्षण बंद कर दिया कंपनी, ये नहीं चलेगा सेशन. यू आर डिपेंडेंट अपॉन द वाईफाई प्रोवाइडर, द राउटर, द डेटा ऑफ योर फोन. यू आर डिपेंडेंट अपॉन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. यू आर अटरली डिपेंडेंट. देयर इज नथिंग लाइक इंडिपेंडेंस. देयर इज ओनली इंटरडिपेंडेंस. दिस वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. So then, if our attitude towards failure is set right, then the failure will not trouble us. And then we can move on from the failure. वो आगे की स्टेप है. पहले एटीट्यूड ठीक होना चाहिए फेलियर के प्रति, तो उसको डाइजेस्ट कर पाएंगे, और डाइजेस्ट कर पाएंगे तो फिर आगे की स्टेप आती है. ओके, अब आगे कैसे बढ़े. Are these 3 points clear to you? Yeah? Great. Please just type the number 3 in the chat. If these 3 points are clear to you, type 3 in the chat. Very important to participate. If it's even if it's a very small thing, just typing 1 digit, but please participate. Okay, Vivek. So we will show them the presentation now. Yeah, so let's open the first one. What is failure? Resigning to your failure is failure. The failure itself is not failure. अगर आप आपके फेलियर के वजह से हार गए ना, लो फील कर रहे हैं, डिप्रेस्ड फील कर रहे हैं, डिजेक्टेड फील कर रहे हैं, मैं हार गया, हर्ट फील कर रहे हैं, ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है, तो दैट एक्चुअली इज फेलियर. एंड सो देयर इज नो नीड टू रिजाइन टू योर फेलियर. या नेक्स्ट, व्हाट इज सक्सेस? Success in itself is nothing. Success is basically what you do after failure decides your success. And both these words are very, very relative. For जिस एक व्यक्ति के लिए जो फेलियर है, किसी और के लिए वो सक्सेस हो सकता है. किसी स्टूडेंट को सेकंड क्लास मिला, मे बी अ बिग सक्सेस. किसी स्टूडेंट को सेकंड क्लास मिला, फर्स्ट क्लास नहीं मिला, कैन बी अ फेलियर. So they are very relative, and the definitions can keep changing from time to time in your life. So what you do after failure decides your success. Everybody has failed in life. How did you learn to walk when you were a 1-year-old baby? You think you just got up and started sprinting? You failed. How did you learn to talk? 1 साल के थे, did you know to talk? Did you know any language? You attempted to talk. You failed. So what you do after failure? You did not give up. तुम 5 बार उठ के गिरे. You did not give up. You continued. You attempted again. That is why you learn to walk. Yeah. So what you do after failure decides your success. Success has no absolute value. Okay. What not to do when you experience failure. So 3 very important things you should not do when you experience failure. First thing, अपने आप को judge या self blame में मत जाओ, जो मैंने किया था. Yeah. Don't judge yourself. See, ये statement ना, I have failed and this method failed. They make 2 completely different sense. I failed. You did not fail. This method failed. The moment you shift from this, that I failed, say the moment you shift, this method failed, you will stop judging or blaming yourself. How many of you can relate to this point? मैं fail नहीं हुआ, ये तरीका fail हुआ. If this point has clicked to you, type method in the chat. This point has clicked to you, type method in the chat. आप फेल नहीं हुए, आपकी मेथड फेल हो गई. कुछ और मेथड करनी पड़ेगी आपको. Second thing, because you failed in your first attempt or second attempt or third attempt, whatever it may be, do not put a limit to your capability. Immediately conclusion पे नहीं आओ कि मतलब मैं ये नहीं कर सकता. ये conclusion पे नहीं आना है. Because हो सकता है आपने अलग-अलग methods अभी try ही नहीं किए. आपने अभी तक 100% उसके प्रति दिया ही नहीं है. आपने skillful प्रयास किया ही नहीं. So do not put a limit to your capability. And third, do not compare yourself with others and feel jealous. See, जिनसे आप jealous हो रहे हैं ना, जो ज़्यादा successful हैं आपसे, उनसे आप सीख भी सकते हैं. You can either learn from them, you can learn their methods and succeed, or you can just feel jealous and just become negative. What is a better choice? कोई दूसरा successful है, तो उसके प्रति jealousy रखने के बजाय आप inspiration ले लो उनसे, सीख लो उनसे. You have a choice either to be jealous or to get inspired. If you get inspired, if you get jealous, you will not learn from them. You will start finding faults in them. उसका तो maybe उसका नसीब अच्छा है, वो fluke था, luck by chance हो गया. Either if you are jealous, you will not learn from them. If you get inspired, you will learn from them. So these 3 things: don't judge, don't go into self-blame. Second, do not put a limit to your capability. You have no idea what your capability is. When you do the DSN program, you realize, capability has no limits. Ability only keeps on increasing. So you just have to take the responsibility and your abilities increase. Responsibility का मतलब ही ये है. गुरुदेव ने एक बार बोला, what is responsibility? responding to a situation with ability is responsibility. Responding to a situation with ability is responsibility, and responsibility increases ability. Responsibility increases ability. So do not put a limit to your capability. Capabilities just keep on increasing. If you put a limit, they'll stop there. Yeah. Okay. Now we will go into the definition of mastery. किसी भी चीज में एक्सपर्ट होने के लिए आपको पता है कितने घंटे उसको प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ता है, whether it's playing the guitar, playing the flute, writing, or it can be cycling, cooking, or public speaking, or meditating, programming. 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours practice. This is a general convention है. General convention. 10,000 hours of practicing something makes you an expert at it. 10,000 hours. तो आप कोई चीज पहली बार, दूसरी बार, पांचवी, 10वीं, 20वीं बार अटेम्प्ट करते हो और फेल हो जाते हो, तो वो फेलियर है ही नहीं. आपके 10,000 घंटे पूरे नहीं हुए अभी. 10,000 आवर्स करने के बाद भी अगर वो नहीं हो रहा है आपसे, then maybe you can come to a conclusion कि चलो fail. But पहले 10,000 आवर्स तो करो. You attempted singing, you attempted drawing. 10,000 आवर्स किया क्या? Now ये 10,000 आवर्स से एक बात आ रही है कि some real life examples जिन्होंने ऐसा कुछ किया, वो 100 घंटे, 200 घंटे करके हार नहीं मानी. 300 घंटे, 500 घंटे, 1000 घंटे में भी हार नहीं मानी. They gave their 10,000 hours. Yeah, so can you Vivek show those success stories? This big chain Dosa Plaza, Prem Ganpati is the founder. तो उसका पहले रोड साइड पे वो हॉकर था, ठेला था उसका रास्ते पे, और कोई कोई चीजें बेचता था. आज ये डोसा प्लाजा is a big chain. It's an international brand. It's not only in India, it's in other countries also. But he started that with just ₹1,000. तो ठेले पे डोसा बेच के, you know, that is how he has grown to be an international brand. देखो उसने उसके 10,000 घंटे कैसे पूरे किए. Another example, Naukri.com founder Sanjeev Bikhchandani. 6 to 7 years लगे उसको to just get a little bit of success before becoming the great brand Naukri.com. 6 to 7 years to get little success. वो लगा रहा. आज everybody knows Naukri.com, right? सबने सुना है कि नहीं Naukri.com? Isn't it? You had this outlet in your last hostel. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like it's everywhere. Another person, Siddharth Rajshekhar, a very good master of the digital world. When he was fired from his job and he had not even completed his graduation, whatever job he got, that also he was fired from. At that time his wife was pregnant. He had no money whatsoever. पूरी उसकी वाइफ की ज्वेलरी को गिरवी रखना पड़ा था उसको, और उसने बिजनेस शुरू किया. And today see what's his income? 1 crore plus per month. Per month. And there are so many such stories. You know, the World Culture Festival event, when it happened in the Yamuna floodplains in New Delhi, there were so many challenges. It was almost कि ऐसे लग रहा था कि छोड़ दो, नहीं हो रहा. But it was the biggest event perhaps of the century. Lakhs and lakhs of people, about 500 crore people attended that event. Yeah, 37 lakh. पूरे 3 दिन मिला के तो पता नहीं वो 500 crore के ऊपर गया होगा. It was a 3-day event. people, it was like the whole world was on that huge ground. वो end ही दिखाई नहीं देता था. How many of you were physically present at that event, World Culture Festival 2016 in New Delhi? Type WCF in the chat. If you were physically present during that event, type WCF in the chat. I mean, these are the lucky people who witnessed a miracle, I tell you. ये एक इवेंट जिसने विटनेस किया ना, वो जानता है कि कुछ भी इम्पॉसिबल नहीं है. जिस चैलेंजेस में वो इवेंट हुआ है, पूरे बारिश में. Oh, so many of you, great. Wonderful. Okay, now we come to digesting failure. There are some who are able to digest their failures, and that is why then they emerge successful. But most people are not able to. What makes that difference? For me, because these two major failures of my life, my engineering failure and my mother's passing away from cancer, which happened in 98 and 99, about 3 to 4 months after that, after my mother's passing, not 3 to 4 months, maybe 6 to 7 months after that, I did the DSN program. And it is only then that the whole thing, जैसे सारे connections rebuild हो गए. It was like my whole brain got rewired. जो मैं एक as a loser अपने आप को समझ रहा था, as a failure, and I was going into self blame, and बहुत ही ऐसे कि I'm a good for nothing. I was not good for nothing, not in the sense like मैं life में कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता, but such a big thing, और मैं उसमें कुछ नहीं कर पाया. ये सब जो बहुत एक स्टिग्मा मैंने लगा दिया था अपने आप को. When I did the DSN program, then these failure, success, life, divinity, all this started making a new meaning to me. And a lot of things changed after that. For me, that was my turning point. December 31st, 1998, my mother took her last breath. And I think August 99, I did the DSN for the first time. I realized it's such a powerful program. Immediately, the next month, I did another DSN course. And I kept repeating DSN courses. Oh, sorry about that, Surajit. Yeah. So there are something, देखो गुरुदेव जो कोर्स बनाते हैं उसको really हम logically explain नहीं कर सकते. There is something which is happening which the eye cannot see, which the words cannot express or understand, logic cannot comprehend. Something happens. Some restructuring, rewiring, refining of consciousness. And that makes you a renewed person. Okay, let's go to the next point. Are you focused too much on the outcome? थोड़ा सा zoom out करोगे इसमें? नहीं, sorry, I mean like magnify it. Yeah. So we are too rigidly focused on the outcome, hence we lose sight of the process. देखो, इसी में लिखा है ना नीचे आगे स्टूडेंट के बारे में. हाँ, लोग क्या पूछते हैं? क्या हुआ? लोग ये नहीं पूछते क्या किया. कोई स्टूडेंट स्कूल से आता है, उसको पूछते हैं कितना स्कोर आया, कितने मार्क्स मिले, कौन सा रैंक आया. स्टूडेंट को ये नहीं पूछता तूने क्या सीखा स्कूल में, परीक्षा में कितने नंबर मिले, ये पूछते हैं. पढ़ाई करके क्या सीखा ये कोई नहीं पूछता. ये ही हम गलत ट्रेनिंग, हमको भी ये गलत ट्रेनिंग मिली हमारे एल्डर्स से. हमको भी हमेशा, हम स्कूल से आते थे, हमको यही पूछा गया कितने नंबर मिले. किसी ने ये नहीं पूछा तूने क्या सीखा लाइफ में, सीखा क्या तूने, कौन सी नई स्किल सीखी तूने स्कूल जाके, कॉलेज जाके. कोई नहीं पूछता. So it is a total outcome oriented approach. It's not a process oriented approach. Please understand this difference. तुम जो कर रहे हो वो तुम्हारा आउटकम डिसाइड करता है. जो तुम कर रहे हो उस पे फोकस करोगे कि इसको और बेटर कैसे करें, तो ऑटोमेटिकली आउटपुट अच्छा ही मिलेगा. So failure and success are labels of the outcome. What is actually preparing you is the process. So these are very overhyped words. बहुत ज्यादा हम इंपॉर्टेंस देते हैं फेलियर और सक्सेस को, हम प्रोसेस को निग्लेक्ट करते हैं. तो ये जो रिजिड फोकस बन गया है ना आउटकम के ऊपर, रिजल्ट के ऊपर, ये हमको ड्रॉप करना पड़ेगा. We are too rigidly focused on the outcome, and that is why we are not interested in the process. We don't see how we can make the process better. ये हम देखते नहीं हैं. Next. So, further clarifying on the process and outcome. See, this example. अभी जैसे see, everybody enjoys treks. Yeah. ट्रैकिंग के लिए जाते हैं, घूमने फिरने जाते हैं, पहाड़ चढ़ते हैं, मजा आता है. बट जस्ट इमेजिन आप पहाड़ के नीचे पहुंच गए हैं, या आप ट्रैक शुरू करने वाले हो, कोई बड़ा सा कोई जाइंट आ जाता है, आपको उठा के पहाड़ के ऊपर रख देता है, आपको मजा आएगा क्या? यू वांटेड टू रीच द पीक ऑफ द माउंटेन, यू हैव बीन डायरेक्टली पुट देयर. मे बी एक बड़ा क्रेन आया, क्रेन ने आपको उठाया और वहां पे रख दिया. What do you enjoy more? If you enjoy the trek more, type T in the chat. If somebody just puts you on the top of the mountain, what is the fun in that? Will you enjoy that? And what will that teach you? The process of the trek teaches you so many things. Sometimes it is a steep slope. It builds your skill. How to climb that steep slope. You help someone on the way. Your compassion gets a scope to express. Somebody helps you. You see the goodness in others. फिर on halfway, वो नींबू पानी वाला कोई बैठा होता है और आपका गला पूरा सूख गया रहता है, इतने पसीने पसीने हो गए रहते हैं, और जब वो नींबू पानी का एक पहला सिप जाता है तो इतना अच्छा लगता है कि नहीं? Right? So बहुत बारी होता है ना, when you buy a novel or something, you directly want to go on the last page. But then will you enjoy reading the book? You will not. The whole fun and joy of of that book is in reading from the first to the last, and then the suspense opens. You go to a suspense movie and somebody tells you the suspense already, you will not watch that movie. The fun will be lost, isn't it? So the process is more important. Outcome is a byproduct. Please understand. If you focus on the process, outcome is a byproduct. Great. Next. So what is the 5-step, the 5-ingredient recipe? This is what we are going to see here, the execution of the process. Consistency, very, very important. Doing Sudarshan Kriya daily, meditating daily, consistently, doing some exercise daily, whatever it may be. If it's a new language, practicing the new language daily. जो भी जिसमें भी आपको एक्सेल करना है, consistency, very, very important. Second, so this is after you have digested the failure, you have got up from the failure, you have realized it's just a stopover. The process is important. So now, how to enhance the process, how to execute the process in the best possible way, that is going to decide your success. So these are the 5 ingredients in the recipe for moving from failure to success. Consistency, strength, overcoming pitfalls on the way. Hurdles आएंगे बहुत सारे. You have to overcome those pitfalls. उससे अगर about turn ले लिया तो कहीं नहीं पहुंचने वाले. Every road is going to have some hurdles, traps and pitfalls. Then fourth is one pointed focus. See, if a student decides I want to make a great career, he joins engineering. First year engineering करके बोर हो जाता है. नहीं यार, engineering doesn't make sense. I should become a doctor. He takes admission in first year MBBS. तो ये मजा नहीं आया first year MBBS. ये मेरे लिए नहीं है. आर्किटेक्चर ट्राई करते हैं. He takes admission in first year architecture. Then first year के बाद रियलाइज करता है अरे क्या ये बिल्डिंग बनाते रहो, डायग्राम्स बनाते रहो, बोरिंग है ये, मुझे लॉ करना चाहिए. He takes admission in first year law. ये ऐसे करते रहेंगे तो कहीं नहीं पहुंचेंगे. One pointed focus is important. You have to give your whole energy. Here again I give the example of the magnifying glass. ये मैग्नीफाइंग ग्लास से सब लोग खेले होंगे बचपन में. How many of you have burnt a paper with the sun rays with putting a magnifying glass in between? Type glass in the chat if you have done this. वो ग्लास का पीस लेके वो सन रेस, सन धूप में उसको रखा और सामने फिर पेपर रखा और पेपर को जला दिया, राइट? अभी you receive now. good करनी चाहिए ऐसी ट्रिवियल चीजें जिसका कोई फायदा नहीं होता. These are big stress busters. It preserves our innocence. It preserves the child in us. ये stupid चीजें करते रहनी चाहिए. गुरुदेव ने एक टॉक दिया था, Be a Fool. That book is still one of my favorite books. God Loves Fun. If you can buy that book and read. There are 7 or 8 excellent chapters dealing with feelings, the 4 practical approaches to life, true intimacy, relationship के concepts ठीक हो जाएंगे आपके. And there is a chapter, Be a Fool. ये ऐसी छोटी-छोटी हरकतें करनी चाहिए. But my purpose of asking you this magnifying glass thing is this. देखो, वो धूप, the book is God Loves Fun. God Loves Fun by Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. धूप तो पहले भी पेपर पे आ ही रही थी, लेकिन पेपर जला नहीं. लेकिन वो ग्लास का टुकड़ा डाला बीच में और फिर वो जल गया. क्यों? क्योंकि वो हीट की जो एनर्जी है वो पूरी फोकस हो गई, इसके लिए वो पेपर जल गया. One pointed focus. That is the one pointed focus we need to have. With the same energy, with the same resources. What happens if you have one pointed focus? It intensifies the impact of your effort. And then the last one, not getting swayed by distractions. When you start on a health diet, somebody gives you a box of mithai. And you say, आज के लिए खा रहे थे, कल से मैं वापस डाइट कंटिन्यू करूंगा. You want to give up some bad habit, 7 days you have really given it up, and 8th day something happens and it just comes in front of you. A strong temptation comes. So that time not getting swayed away by the distractions. तो ये consistency कैसे आती है? Consistency comes from commitment. Commitment comes from DSN books. ये intrinsic strength कहाँ से आएगी? उसके लिए कुछ करना पड़ेगा. वो intrinsic strength के लिए. ये pitfalls, hurdles को कैसे overcome करेंगे? ये one pointed focus पूरी वो intensify कैसे करेंगे energy को? और ये distraction से कैसे अपने आप को हम एक सुरक्षा कवच बना के रखेंगे towards distractions? All those secrets, those processes, and the DSN makes you like that, and that is the solution triangle. So now you see the solution triangle, which the DSN program offers in such a apt manner. So first is process execution, second is digesting the failure, and third is rerouting towards success. The rerouting towards success may your process is important. And वो process के moving from failure to success. When you are to reroute towards success, that 5 ingredients we saw: consistency, strength, one-pointed focus, preventing the distractions, and overcoming the traps and pitfalls. These 5 points, very, very important. So, broadly speaking, 3 is the solution triangle from moving out of a failure. Process execution, rerouting towards success, and digesting the failures. How to digest the failure? Because initially it hurts. Yeah? All your feelings, you go into a big turbulence. So how to digest that failure? So if you do these 3 things, then you will move on from your failures and your journey towards success will get a kickstart. And that is why I would strongly recommend all of you attend the DSN program. So Vivek, over to you.
Yes, Bhaiya, what a fantastic presentation. So कितने लोगों को पसंद आई presentation? Just write loved it, या love it in the chat लिखें, and then we'll talk about the DSN program, which Salil Bhaiya is organizing, blessing us with the DSN program in Rishikesh. Okay. कितने लोग जानना चाहते हैं?
Sorry to interrupt, Vivek. Once you have done the closure and summary, then we will take a few questions from people if they have any. They can type in the chat.
Yes, बिल्कुल. So कितने लोग जानना चाहते हैं DSN? Okay, DSN से पहले कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो finally ready हैं? Just hold on. कितने लोग बिल्कुल तैयार है 100% फेलियर को बिल्कुल छोड़ के एक वॉरियर की तरह आगे बढ़ने के लिए? Just write me in the chat. कितने लोग अभी तैयार हैं? मी लिखें. जिन लोगों ने वीडियो ऑन करी है वो ऐसे करके बताएं कि मैं तैयार हूं बिल्कुल 100%. दिस इज माय टाइम. ओके, अमेजिंग. सो विद दैट डीएसएन के बारे में बात करते हैं. सो द डीएसएन प्रोग्राम इज हैपनिंग ऋषिकेश में अप्रैल 14 से अप्रैल 17 के डीएसएन प्रोग्राम हो रहा है. पर्सनली मैं बहुत एक्साइटेड हूं बिकॉज व्हेन आई डिड माय फर्स्ट डीएसएन दैट वाज इन दिल्ली. बट ऋषिकेश पर्सनली विद, मैं एक तरफ देख रहा हूं तो द रिवर गंगा इज देयर, दूसरी तरफ देख रहा हूं तो माउंटेन है, एंड आई कैन जस्ट फील कि जब वहां पे मेडिटेट करेंगे, डीएसएन के अलग अलग प्रोसेसेस करेंगे, कितना मजा आने वाला है विद द गंगा डिप फॉलोड बाय मल्टीपल एडवेंचर्स. सो दिस इज अ वंस इन अ लाइफ टाइम अपॉर्चुनिटी जो 100 लोग हैं यहाँ पे, किसी को भी यहाँ पे मिस नहीं करनी है. ठीक है. सो द डोनेशन फॉर द डीएसएन प्रोग्राम इट इज 4,500 रुपीज. And this includes everything. So DSN program इसमें included है your accommodation in the ashram. हमारा आश्रम, the वेद निकेतन आश्रम, वो कहीं अंदर जाकर नहीं है, वो बिल्कुल it is just at the bank of the river Ganga. So it's amazing. Then all your meals are also included in this. Okay. So अभी मैं आपको एक फॉर्म देने वाला हूँ which I'm just about to show you. So we will send you we'll send you the registration link. You will get it on WhatsApp and you'll also get a call from us if you fill the form. Okay. So form, I'm about to show you the form. Form के बाद कुछ free gifts हैं जो मैं आपको बताने वाला हूँ, but पहले उस form को हम देख लेते हैं. Okay. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so this is the DSN registration form. You have to fill your name, email, phone number, and city जहां से आप आने वाले हैं. And now I'm about to send you a link. Okay, the joining link to this form. So quickly on this call, जितने लोग absolutely तैयार हैं DSN के लिए, वो लोग इस फॉर्म को immediately भर सकते हैं. ठीक है. यहाँ पे कुछ लोग ऐसे भी हैं जो DSN के लिए ऑलरेडी रजिस्टर कर चुके हैं, तो प्लीज राइट registered. अगर आप ऑलरेडी रजिस्टर कर चुके हैं इंक्लूडिंग द पेमेंट फॉर्मेलिटीज, देन राइट रजिस्टर्ड, और एल्स फिल दिस फॉर्म. जब आप ये फॉर्म भर लेंगे, इफ यू आर वेरी कंफर्म कि मुझे आना ही है, तो फॉर्म भरिए एंड वी विल सेंड यू ऑल द डिटेल्स. ओके. नाउ आई एम अबाउट टू शो यू अ फ्यू बोनसेस एंड उसके बाद वी विल डू अ शॉर्ट Q&A विद सलील भैया. ओके. सो थैंक यू सो मच प्रतिभा जी, ध्रुव, अजय बख्शी, आरजे. Great. So register, just fill this form right now and you will get all the information. And now मैं अब आपको bonuses दिखाने वाला हूँ. How many of you guys you love deals, offers and free gifts? Just write gift in the chat. कितने लोगों को free gift लेने में मजा आता है? Yeah, write gift in the chat and I will show you 3 gifts which Salil Bhaiya has for you. Okay, fine. So here are these gifts. So there are free bonuses. In this session, Salil Bhaiya was talking about consistency and habit. So over the last 10-20 years, thousands of people have asked Salil Bhaiya that I want to have habits, but wo kaise kare? So Bhaiya has created a short course. It's called as Personally Guided 21-Day Habit Installation Protocol. एक system है, 21 दिन का एक training program है, which installs good habits in you, right? And then there are 2 courses by Ila Pulekar ji, Salil Bhaiya's wife, who is a CST healer. She's a weight loss expert and an amazing teacher as well. So she's giving you, number 1 week body strengthening yoga class. Salil Bhaiya also mentioned about fitness. Habit ban jayegi, but karna kya hai, right? So 1 week body strengthening yoga class, you will get that for free. And 1 week premium weight loss Zumba classes, you will get this for free as well. Okay, so immediately go to this link right now. मैं एक बार फिर से chat पर link को लिख देता हूं, and you can go ahead and register. Fill this form and you will get the link for the DSN program. We will give you a call. Okay, we'll also send it to you on WhatsApp. Okay, so ये form का link मैंने डाल दिया, just go and fill it right now. Okay, बहुत सारे लोग हैं भैया. I'll just take 1 more minute, then we go to the Q&A. Because कुछ लोगों के ये questions आ रहे थे that मुझे अभी अपना travel plan करना है, मुझे अभी देखना है, मैं बताता हूँ. So if you're somebody जिसको अभी travel plan करना है, in that case also you fill the form, because every single day people are enrolling and very quickly all the spots will be filled, and I'm being honest. Okay, so fill the form right now and we will send you the details. We will work with you to decide the timeline and travel, all of that, जिससे कि you can make an informed decision. Okay.
Last day, Vivek, when we did the session, we had 35 seats full out of the 55.
Yes.
And now it has reached, I think, about 48.
Yes.
47 or 48. 46.
And plus some people who are about to make the payments by end of this month, because उनका schedule वगैरह सब आ जाएगा. So another 10-20 people are in the pipeline.
Yeah. तो अभी 8 ही सीट बचे हैं. People should hurry.
Great. So now we can go ahead. Any questions for Salil Bhaiya? You can type those questions and Bhaiya is here. He'll be able to answer all your questions.
If you have wasted time, how to use a half left time to overcome? I mean, see, you already answered your question. You have realized you have wasted time. So how to use the half left time means kya? Just don't waste any more time. Get into action. A little bit of planning, and more of action. This is what is important. Planning, thinking, daydreaming, इसमें time waste हो जाता है. तो planning कम रखना है, कम time plan करना है. How to deal with arrogant people? कार में shock absorber होता है ना. When there is a better suspension, it absorbs shocks better, right? तो वैसे ही है. You should be having a good shock absorber. Then you will be able to deal better with arrogant people. It's not about their arrogance. It's about your absorption capacity. So you increase your absorption capacity. तो सामने वाले के arrogance का आपके ऊपर कोई असर नहीं होगा. And Gurudev has given a very simple formula: be like a chocolate, firm and sweet. If somebody is, taking advantage of you, you need not be sweet with that person. Be firm and sweet. Sometimes you have to, put your foot down. Just at the moment of distraction, what mind hack should we use? See, these are temporary fixes. Mind hack, there could be so many mind hacks. Yeah. But rather, I would suggest focus on a long-term solution. Strengthen your commitment and one-pointed focus to such an extent that the distraction doesn't matter to you. What do you do when a fly sits on your nose? Do you plan World War III with the fly? No. You just shoo it away, right? You just continue doing your work and you just shoo away the fly. Isn't it? You are so focused, it doesn't matter to you. Why am I unable to materialize my plan? There could be several factors, Muthu, that has to be probed at a much deeper level. Come for the DSN program. You will be able to find out where you're getting stuck. This is very, very important. We should be able to find out where we are getting stuck. Only then we will know how to come out. This is what the DSN does. How to avoid getting emotionally manipulated by others. Exactly, I already mentioned that. Be like a chocolate, firm and sweet. सिर्फ मीठे रहोगे तो लोग फायदा उठाएंगे. सिर्फ फर्म रहोगे, कोई मीठापन नहीं होगा, तो तुम्हारी कंपनी किसी को अच्छी नहीं लगेगी. Nobody will like your presence. So Gurudev says you have to be firm and sweet both, like a chocolate, he says. And if you know that you're getting emotionally manipulated, then why are you allowing that to happen further? तो खुद की इमोशनल स्ट्रेंथ को डेवलप करो ना. खुद की इमोशनल स्ट्रेंथ, that was the second point of our 5-ingredient recipe for moving from failure to success. First is consistency, second is strength. That strength, if you नहीं नेचर से मजबूर, नेचर वेचर ऐसा नहीं होता है. Emotional ups and downs is not your nature. Please understand this. Emotions are tendencies, and tendencies keep changing. Do not see. मैंने प्रीवियस सेशन में एक बार बोला था, अपने शॉर्टकमिंग्स को जस्टिफिकेशंस मत दो. ये अभी आपने क्या किया? नेचर से मजबूर आपने एक जस्टिफिकेशन दे दिया, मैं तो ऐसी ही हूं, क्या करूं.